leaving the nest soon and I have a little bit of time to relax.
Okay, so that's what you've been doing all morning, going back and forward hunting for fish?
Yes, it's
Okay.
exhausting.
Really? That's a nice day. You're not enjoying the sun?
Oh, I can enjoy the warmth of the sun just a little bit, just a little rest to get my energy back. But most of the time I'm looking for food for my young and for myself.
Okay, so are you feeding young in the nest, is it?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, in my nest.
So my question really is, where is your nest? Where are you taking young to?
Oh, it's just over there, over by the lake.
What, the lake over that way, is it?
Yeah, over that way.
Okay. So what sort of food do you hunt for then?
Oh, well, anything I can catch, really. I like those things that wriggle in the water in groups. They go from about this big to about this big. I like to get the bigger ones because they're a little bit easier to catch, less energy used for them.
Okay. So these things that we call fish is what you're eating. So is fish what you like most, or do you have another thing that's your favourite meal?
Oh, I have different things. I do like those things that have clear wings and thin bodies. They add a little bit of crunch to my diet, which I like a lot.
So little things like that, is it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
The wings.
so they're all flying about as you go around the trails. You see all these things called damselflies. So how do you hunt for food, and where do you find food?
Oh, well, one of my best methods is to find a still bit of water. And I find a twig. I perch on a twig and I watch looking for things underneath and above the surface. When I see something, I bob my head to see how far it is. I then close my eyes, plunge in and hope for the best. That usually works really well. I can hover over, but that's a little bit harder.
All right. So you just sit about waiting for the fish then?
Yeah, I sit and I look and I wait.
So during the day you do an awful lot of fishing, I gather. So do you have any time to do something else?
Oh, well, at the moment, feeding my young, I don't have much time to do much else, really. No, it's all about getting food for the young, so I can feed them and they can get big and eventually leave the nest.
Okay. So the young are in the nest right now. Hopefully are they going to be soon till they go?
Yes, won't be long.
So what happens when they leave then? Do you teach them how to fish?
Well, when they leave, I can show them how to feed. So I'll catch a fish in front of them just so they can watch me and they can see how I do it. Then I keep an eye on them for a couple of days and then I let them go out into the big world and to catch their own fish.
So that's it? That's all you do? Mm-hmm. Oh, right, okay.
I think I've done enough work. I've brought them up, I've fed them, teach them how to do it and then send them away.
Okay. So, once you've done that, once you've sort of just sent them out, so what do you do then?
At that point, that's my time to relax. I can lay out in the sun for a bit, get the warmth, get my energy back up again. And then it's time to start it all over again. I've got to find my good nesting point, get it all ready, sit on the eggs, and start it all over again.
All right. So is that what you do all year round?
Well, I do, but sometimes a bit too much of that wet stuff comes down from the sky, and that can then make it harder to find food, so I have to stop and find food for myself and stop bringing up young.
All right. So eventually you just stop, yeah. Okay. So do you stay here all year round, or do you go elsewhere when that stage occurs?
I usually try to stay here as much as I can, but I might have to move elsewhere if the places for me aren't right, or if I can't find any food.
Okay. Not sure if you're aware of this, but we, the visitors that come here, really like looking for kingfishers.
Oh!
So
You found me?
yeah. So we're wondering if there's any tips of finding kingfishers when you're going about the reserve and what ways to look for them.
Well, I do see you all staring at me as I fly around my home from these strange structures. They stare from these strange structures. Some tips to find me. You can look at the edges of the water and you might see me perching on a stick on a twig. We do fly quite fast and low, so you might miss us. But a good way is if you open your ears up, and as we fly, we make a beep, beep, beep sound. So you listen out for us as we fly past, and you might just spot us.
So what's that called again? Okay, so that's what you got to listen for.
Beep, beep, beep.
Yep, thanks. This year, we've been struggling to see you for some reason from our viewpoints. Is there any reason for this year?
Really? Oh, I haven't been hiding. I have found a few new spots, and maybe these are out of sight from your viewing points. But I'm still here.
Okay, so as we come to the end of my questions, has anybody got a question from the floor?
Well, a gentleman said Kingfishers last only one breeding season. So what's their lifespan like this?
Well, I don't think you can be able to answer that. You just
Just live until I'm not living anymore. I don't know how long that is. I don't know what these years are that you talk about.
Okay.
Maybe you can answer the question.
I better not tell you because that might upset you.
So
So just wait until.
Yeah.
Okay. So any other questions at all? Okay. Thanks. Oh, go ahead.
How many babies do you put in one go? Like chicks right now. We call it.
So how many are you feeding at the minute?
I'm feeding 3 at the moment.
Okay.
But I don't know how many I can have. That's just how many I've had.
Very good. And how long have you been feeding them? Any ideas? Or?
I don't know, this sense of time that you talk about.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Okay. So, any other thing?
Well, are there any ways to increase the population? Like, can you just
Okay,
feed them?
I'll spend a moment explaining all that in a minute, okay? But I better let our Kingfisher get back to fishing and feeding for young. So thanks a lot for spending time answering my
That's
questions.
okay, no problem.
And we hope to see you flying about Lackford at some point, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, thanks
Brilliant.
a lot.
I best get back to feeding my young. Bye everybody.
Okay, so your